Ever feel like some people just wave off the idea of hell? Like, nah, well, it's just a story.
Yeah, it's easy to be skeptical.
But then you hear a story that really gets under your skin and makes you wonder, what if?
And that's what we're diving into today.
This rundown house, people call it the House of Sin. Clara lives there, and let's just say, things get creepy.
This one's got it all. Folklore, urban legend, maybe even a glimpse into the afterlife.
So this House of Sin, what gives you the chills just thinking about it?
It's practically fallen apart, old, decrepit. But it's the whispers, the stories about the things that happen there, the feeling that it's soaked in darkness. That's what really gets me.
And Clara's living right in the middle of it.
We don't know much about her past, but you have to wonder, what's it like to live in a place with that kind of reputation, that weight hanging over you?
Heavy stuff.
Yeah.
And then one night, a stormy night, of course.
Of course. Howling wind, rain beating down, just adds to this whole spooky vibe.
And out of nowhere, Samuel shows up. This is a guy who used to work in the house with Clara, vanished years ago. And now he's back.
Engulfed in flames.
But not burned. At all.
And his voice. They say it was otherworldly. Like whatever he went through, it changed him.
And he says just like that, hell does exist.
No hesitation. Not I think or maybe. Just a statement. Makes you wonder, doesn't it?
And to prove his point, he touches Clara and she's instantly burned.
It's like a brand, a mark that says, this is real.
They say she was never the same after that.
Yeah.
Haunted by what she saw, what she felt.
The house probably felt even darker after that.
So what do you think? True story, cautionary tale, or just someone's overactive imagination?
Either way, it makes you think twice about what might be waiting for us on the other side.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
And until next time, keep an open mind, but maybe sleep with the lights on.
In the heart of the city, there stood an old, decrepit house known to the locals as the House of Sin. Its walls whispered secrets of the past, and its floors creaked with the weight of forgotten sins. Among its residents was a woman named Clara, who had long since abandoned hope of escaping its grasp. One stormy night, as the wind howled and the rain lashed against the windows, Clara sat alone in her dimly lit room. The flickering candle cast eerie shadows on the walls, and the air was thick with an unsettling silence. Suddenly, the door creaked open, and a figure stepped into the room. Clara's heart skipped a beat as she recognized the visitor. It was Samuel, a man who had once worked in the same house but had mysteriously disappeared years ago. But something was terribly wrong. Samuel's body was engulfed in flames, yet he seemed unfazed by the fire that consumed him. Clara, he rasped, his voice echoing with an otherworldly resonance. Hell does exist. Before Clara could react, Samuel reached out and touched her arm. The searing pain was immediate, and she screamed as the flesh on her arm blistered and burned. The smell of charred skin filled the room, and Clara's vision blurred with tears. Samuel turned and walked away, leaving a trail of scorched floorboards in his wake. The flames that surrounded him did not spread, but the marks of his passage were unmistakable. Clara watched in horror as he vanished into the darkness, the door slamming shut behind him. The next morning, Clara's arm bore the unmistakable burn marks of Samuel's touch, a permanent reminder of the nightmarish encounter. The floor where he had walked remained blackened and charred, a testament to the hellish visitor who had come and gone. From that day forward, Clara was never the same. The house seemed to close in around her, its walls whispering of the horrors that lay beyond. And every night, as she lay in bed, she could still hear Samuel's voice, a haunting reminder that some sins can never be escaped, and that hell is very, very real.